Now let us start our discussion with skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscle has got resting membrane potential, alright, the intracellular voltage when a cell is at rest. Resting membrane potential of skeletal muscle is going to be minus 90 millivolt. Alright, and the moment you excite a skeletal muscle cell with a neuronal ending, neuromuscular junction, this will lead to development of local potential, which is nothing but motor end plate potential, and from there onwards it's going to cause depolarization once it reaches threshold. So people, let's get to see the graph first and then we'll go on to discuss the parameters of the graph. So on the y-axis I'm going to take up voltage, guys. Alright, I'm taking voltage in y-axis and let this be expressed in millivolt. And on the x-axis, I'm going to take up time, and this will be referred in milliseconds. So voltage on y-axis and time on x-axis, people. And let me start with resting membrane potential of minus 90 millivolt. I repeat, minus 90 millivolt. This phase is going to be resting membrane potential. And from this point onwards, there is going to be potential turning to a positive value. So let me take this point as minus 65 millivolt. And let this be 0 millivolt. And let this point be plus 40 millivolt, guys. Alright, it's plus 40 millivolt, minus 65 and minus 90. So the moment you apply a stimulus, so let me take this point as application of stimulus, which means release of neurotransmitters from presynaptic neuron, which is nothing but acetylcholine, and that is going to create a response in muscle cell. The moment there is going to be application of stimulus, there is going to be gradual increase in potential from minus 90 all the way to minus 65 millivolt. This green line that gets the potential from minus 90 to minus 65, this line is indicating local potential, which is nothing but motor end plate potential, guys. Once the point of threshold is reached, alright, this point is going to be called as threshold. Alright, once threshold is reached, then there is going to be an immediate depolarization phase. Alright people, there is going to be a sudden depolarization that takes the potential all the way to plus 40 millivolt. Once depolarization is over, then there is going to be repolarization, and this repolarization happens kind of delayed manner like this. Alright, so this way it is going to be a repolarization, guys. It's going to be a repolarization and it takes an extra time. Repolarization and then it takes an extra time like this. So the whole event of skeletal muscle action potential will take somewhat about 3 to 5 milliseconds. The whole event of skeletal muscle action potential will be taking 3 to 5 milliseconds, guys. Alright, now let's get to see each and every event here. This phase that I'm going to highlight with green color, this phase, as I told you, this indicates local potential, which is nothing but motor end plate potential. The one that I'm going to highlight with pink, this phase represents depolarization. The red one represents depolarization, guys. And the darker one, let's highlight this with yellow. This line represents repolarization. Unlike a neuron, there is not going to be any phase called hyperpolarization. It's going to be local potential, depolarization as well as repolarization, guys. That is all.